Hey there, I hope you're having a good day. This video is going to focus on Leather Farm in the Oculus. So everybody's on the same page. You need a skinner, obviously. Ideally, you would have 2 skinners or 2 separate accounts because you're probably going to be able to get your farm down and you really want to aim for a 10-minute run. So you zone in, clear the place, jump off the edge, reset it, zone back in. You want all that to be, around 10 minutes. So that you can do 5 resets in an hour and you can really maximize your farm. So if you're doing it in normal mode, you can get your runs down to 4 minutes. But if you're doing it in heroic mode, it's usually about a 10-minute run from my experience. The main benefits of doing it in normal mode is you get a lot faster clear rate and it's easier. Therefore you get, I don't want to say a higher % chance of Arctic fur, but you're killing mobs at a quicker rate. Therefore Arctic fur will drop higher. That makes sense. Heroic mode, on the other hand, when you kill the mobs and you skin them, you get whole Borean leather, versus in normal mode, you get Borean leather scraps, which take 5 Borean leather scraps to make 1 whole Borean leather. So if you think about it that way, whenever that happens, when you get a whole one instead of a scrap, you're basically killing 5 mobs in one. So think about that. If you can, do it in heroic mode. It is a lot harder and you will have to use some strategy. So let's get into it. So basically I'm going to start off here on the paladin. The team, I go in and I blast one dude first so that it dies, and use Starfall on all my other guys so that they are getting targeted, and then as they are getting targeted and hit, I can go around on my paladin and start looting and skinning because he's not getting interrupted. So that's another nice thing about the multi-box setup that I brought here. Basically I wait for Starfall a lot. I pull the mobs back a lot. As you see here, I pull this dude back just even a little bit because I can't even tell you how many times there's been some magical way that I pull 2 packs of guys. No matter how careful I'm trying to be, it still happens from time to time. So if you have that happen, because as you see, like the whelps are moving a little bit, so make sure you take a couple steps back and then drink or AFK. Don't just finish killing the mob and then drink right there, because you'll die. So here I like to open up with a big blaster and try and at least get one of them down most of the way, if not kill it completely, and then charge in. And we got 3 war stomps, 3 typhoons, and 3 starfalls to play with here. I try my best to stagger them and use rolling hots on my guys. So I don't do it every time, but when it's a big pull, when it's a hard pull, I will pre-hot as I run in. I'll pre-hot all my guys up. So, as they start getting blasted, I'm not gonna instantly die, because they're all really squishy. These boomies are, I don't want to say naked. So here on the boomy on the left, again, same kind of strategy. Go in, blast one of them, Starfall, Typhoon, interrupt all their stuff, and kill them as quickly as possible. Because if you don't, they will kill you. Those guys, they hit hard, even with rolling hots, and I could bark skin and try to tank them, but just kill them as quickly as you can. So yeah, don't interrupt your skinning if you can. It's clip your spells. And then here I'm going to pre-hot because this guy just hit pretty hard. And just blast him. Of course, this time he doesn't hit me hard. Here I'm going to pre-hot, big pre-hot, all my pre-hots, and then go into this because this pull is a little rough on a solo. So blast one of them, Starfall, Typhoon to hopefully interrupt, and I don't think I actually pressed Starfall here, and I had a little bit of a panic, so I had to really heal myself, try to recover it, because as you can, I'm sure you can connect the dots. If you die, you're not making any gold per hour, so do whatever you have to not die. use your potions, you know. It's not always going to be a super clean run. Like here, I should have waited maybe 5 or 6 seconds. And then Starfall would have been off cooldown 100%. You know, would have been a little bit smoother. So, figure out your strategy and baby step it. So as you can see, I'm trying to make this video and I still almost died, you know. So I'm gonna make this character drink. All my other guys are fully topped off. Go back to this team now. So I'm gonna hot them up. Just my little guys, because these guys do AoE damage or splash damage or something like that, and they hit all these little bros, and they'll die if I don't pre-hot them. And again, I'm gonna pull this pack back just a little bit, because if I Starfall especially, I will definitely pull those drakes, those little drakes. So yeah, just blast them down as fast as you can. Use your interrupts, you know, use your abilities. If you're a blood elf, use your silence, you know, stun. Use your spells. Don't just try to like, oh, I'm a big bad 6k gear score and try and tank through them, because they'll crush you. So pre-hotted on the left side all the way up, because again, it's a solo. These guys, most of these packs have a pretty good chance of killing you if you're not at least a little bit careful. If I didn't pre-hot, I'm pretty sure I would die. Got him. And then, you know, if I was paying a little bit more attention, I could travel form here in between the packs. But you're using mana and a global cooldown, and I was healing myself, so, you know, druids have upsides and downsides, but you don't want to make your process too complicated that you can't follow it and repeat it. This pack here, I like to pull it and then walk to the right a little bit so that they don't die in the crevice of this, like, the edge, okay? Stay away from the edge, because there's a lot of times if I'm not paying attention or I'm watching a movie or as I'm doing something like this, you'll walk off the edge, you know? You get too close and you just slip right off. So pay attention when you get to that edge. And then I'm gonna make these bros drink if they needed to. They're pretty topped off, so I'm just gonna heal them and go back to these guys while Starfall gets off cooldown. And same thing over here. Pull it, try and nuke one, Starfall, and blast. You know, a little bit more in would have been nice, but it's fine. You know, a little bit more away from the edge would be ideal. Loot them up. And don't forget stuff like that. As you know, if you forget a mob, it's got an epic on it. You already know it. So make him drink and go back to this other team. And this pull is rough. So this pull you definitely want to pull back. If you're soloing, whatever, just pull this pack back, because this pull sucks. There's 2 elite mobs and a ton of little bros. So here I'm going to hot dog it on the right screen and show you how hard it is. So I'm going to blast all my cooldowns, and I think they almost still die, you know? It's rough. So yeah, basically just blast the elite mobs, these guys that do the most damage, try and get them down. My guys got a little out of position, and like as far as what direction they were facing. So this pull could have been a little bit smoother, but I think it's a good demonstration of, like, you can save the pull, just keep trying, you know? Use a potion if you have to, use Innervate, use Bark Skin, use all your stuff, you know, lay in hands, whatever. I'm pretty sure I did use just about every single cooldown I had on that pull, because I just messed up, you know? I should have really pulled that pack back, like I think I do on the left side here in just a second. So yeah, these bros can drink. It's gonna take a minute because they are man, almost dead. And then on the left side, I'm gonna learn from my failure, hopefully. And let's see. Hot myself up, big hots, blast this dude in Moonfire, and then just back up a little bit. Yeah, you don't have to run crazy. I'm gonna hot myself up as a backup just to make sure that they're really away from that other. See how there's that second elite mob did not get pulled? That's what you want right there. That's pretty perfect. So just take your time. You don't see how much easier and smoother that is if you just a little, like, the right side, my other team, I probably should have died. I totally deserved to die there. So anyway, let's go back and let him drink, get Starfall off, and go back to my Paladin's team. Pre-hot, and I think one of the dudes out of mana, because I don't have biscuits or I didn't press I or something on him. But I've got druids, so innervate. So I'm gonna pre-hot, and go into this next pull here. Last one of these bros down, just so that I get a little bit less interrupts. And then, like, I could have used Starfall here, but I was trying to save it for the next pull. You don't have to, you know, use your big cooldown, your big whomper for every single thing, every single time. Yeah, a little spicy, 3k HP, but you'll learn your limits. You know, you'll learn. You know, this dude uses immobilizing thing. You know, the spellbinders. You'll see what spells people use, so just pay attention, and especially if you're new to this place, and take it a little bit slower until you learn what they do. The Inquisitors hit pretty hard. The spellbinders, I'm pretty sure, is the one that spellbind, but yeah, here I should have probably used a little bit more pre-hotting, but I've got Starfall. Starfall's OP, so easy, you know? That's it on the left side. Loot him up and call it good. So last pull on the right team, gonna pre-hot, especially my little guys, because again, the Inquisitors do AoE damage, ranged AoE, like a splash spear or some crap. So if you've got little dudes like I've got here, make sure that you really pre-hot, because they will mess you up. And here is pretty overpowered with the Typhoons and Starfall, triple Starfall, and if they really got close, I could taunt like this, you know. But stun if I really need to. I've got more stomps still. I didn't use bark skin. You know, I didn't use barely any of my cooldowns in that pull. So that's basically it. You're gonna. Some other notes. Don't fight the dudes right on top of that portal, because as you're looting, sometimes you'll click on the portal, and that sucks when you've got, you know, mobs in the ground that you didn't loot or didn't skin because you put on the portal, and there's no easy way to get back there. You know, the mobs will despawn by the time that you would jump out and reset, and why would you waste a reset for just a couple of mobs? So another reason to pull the mobs back just a hair as you pull these guys. It's a good habit. So just one more little tidbit, little tip, something that I started doing recently because I'm getting really tired of getting killed as I try to make this video. I pre-hot my guys 100%, and I make sure, even if I have to wait 60 full seconds in between every pull when I reset this place, I make sure that all of my cooldowns are off cooldown. As you see right here, Stewie is about to find out why. I don't care if you're AFK, I don't care whatever you're doing, but if you're outside that instance, I'm so tired of getting killed. So, yeah, just a tip, you know, pre-hot yourself before you go outside the instance to reset, because you're probably going to find that it saves you a number of times. Anyway, I hope this helps you in some way, shape, or form. If you have any questions or comments, please do drop them down below. I appreciate you watching, and have a great day.